Well, hello, my friends. Welcome to another episode of Between Knits and Purls. I'm sorry, I've been recording for Little Cabin Knit just yesterday, so I got that in my head. But anyway, this is Between Knits and Purls, and I'm one of your hosts, Emily. You can find me on the interwebs as Andersmillknits, and obviously here as Between Knits and Purls, and you can find my audio podcast as Little Cabin Knits.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me this morning. Well, it's morning where you are. It's afternoon where I am. Hi, guys. Yeah. I'm Stephanie, and I am Farmsteadknits on Instagram and Ravelry, and I am the other half of the podcast, and I'm coming to you guys from the bluegrass state of Kentucky.
That's right, and it's super hot there, isn't it?
We are starting our summer. It is about, well, we woke up and it was 70. And it'll probably hit about 86 today. So
we still have our heater on here in the now green state.
I'm ready for it. I'm excited. It's hit that point where it's summer, so it's exciting.
Yeah. Yesterday I was walking through the green grass and I just took off my shoes and socks and I walked through doing a sort of a barefoot walking meditation through the grass for myself, because there was just a moment where I just needed to kind of calm down because there's so much happening.
Yeah.
And that really worked. I just love it. So yeah, I'm super excited about those things. So my friend Steph, it's been a long time.
It's been a couple weeks, guys. I apologize. Life has kind of gotten away from us.
Well, it's my fault, not yours.
It is what it is. We're not blaming anyone.
Yeah, but the last time we talked, it was the week before you went to Kentucky Sheep and Wool. Yes. And okay, you can't. No, but you can't show anything until tossing wool. I'm just telling you, it's not allowed. But what else has been happening?
I'm trying to think. So I did go to Kentucky Sheep and Fiber Festival, and that was super awesome. Again, it's not one of those big fiber festivals where it's so overwhelming. You can't see everyone. You can't get to all the booths. Open air. It was nice. You could see a smile without a mask. It was really exciting to be around people of your own kind,
Yeah.
Knitters are fun. So that was really fun. What else? My summer has started for us. My girls are doing 3 weeks of summer school, half days. They're going from 8 a.m. till noon, and then we pick them up and we hang out and play all afternoon. And went to the library, got them on their summer reading program.
Yay!
Because mom is mean and makes them read. Please tell me I'm not the only one. Actually,
Never.
It was funny. I picked up 2 extra cards of the adult ones, and I told my husband, "You will be reading this summer."
No, you didn't.
I did. So he's filling in the little bubble, reads his little 20 minutes a day. It's very cute. So.
Wow. I wonder if my library is doing that. But anyway, you are so into your library. Do you want to tell everybody about what you discovered?
We are hopefully starting July 2nd, which is a Friday. We are going to start the town where I live in is Berea, Kentucky. And so we are going to start an open fiber needlework, come and knit, crochet, do what you do at the library on Friday mornings.
Oh, that's so exciting.
I'm so excited.
Like that is a huge indicator that, most COVID is not over, but
right.
We're getting into the more safe zone, hopefully.
Well, and our library posted the other day, huge sign out front, back to normal hours. So normal operating hours for our library. So if anybody, open invitation, if anyone is near Berea, Kentucky, or you're stopping in on a way through Friday mornings at the Berea Library, we would love to have you guys just come in. And I know there's some people in Lexington that will be traveling to come out every once in a while. I won't drop any names, but
I was going to say, I bet you I know who that is.
I bet you do. But I was super excited. I have always had a knitting group at our local library, wherever we have lived in our travels. And so it just seemed appropriate and time fitting that now was the time to start. So I'm super excited.
That's so wonderful.
Yeah.
Getting to knit and craft with other crafters. That's such a foreign concept. right now.
It is. And it's community. It's where you feel without two, looks left or right, you're automatically accepted and you have something in common with that person already.
Yeah.
Super excited. How about you?
Wait, you didn't get to talk about the big pool.
Yes, I did not. So I have a now 6-year-old because we had a birthday 2 weeks ago, and tomorrow I will have an 8-year-old. So we have 2 little girls, McKinley and Whitley, and so we bought them a pool.
It's so awesome.
It is. Right now the prices on pools and everything are just crazy with COVID and people trying to scramble. I bought one about 4 months ago and just kept it in the closet. So trying to think ahead. It's a 12-foot round and about 36 inches tall. So, my husband and I will be able to sit and float in it. No big deal, which will be kind of fun.
Yeah.
So they are so excited.
But it's the perfect depth for them too. So you don't have to be very scared, right? Or worried.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that would be so awesome. And you sent me a picture yesterday with you guys filling it up.
Yeah.
And you said, I loved that. I was so jealous, actually.
Well, we have like this much water in it, and the girls are like, "Can we go in? Can we go in? Is it ready? Can we go in?" And I said, "No, not yet. Gotta wait." Can we go in? Can we go in?
And I think their family, your sisters and your mom sent them all kinds of pool goodies, didn't they?
Yes, they did. They said, "What can we send for birthdays?" And I just said, "Send pool stuff." So my mom and dad are coming out this next week. Hopefully my mom will be on the podcast while she's here.
Yes.
They're going to take the girls summer clothing shopping for birthdays. So we'll get some swimsuits and fun stuff like that. And then my sisters sent those mermaid tails that are fins.
Ooh.
Oh, so they are all excited. Who knows if we'll drown in them, but we'll try. Mermaid Barbies to play in the pool. Yeah, we're set.
That's so fun. Yeah. We don't have outdoor pools in Alaska.
Yeah.
I can't think of anybody who has, and I would wonder why they would have it. But we have skating rinks. But anyway.
There you go.
But we have lots of rivers, and, we've got a little tributary that runs through our backyard, but it's so dangerous to get down to because it's in this extremely steep gully. But, when I see you posting about that, all I want to do is go wander.
Come on over.
Yeah. Yep. But, to each his own as far as like being able to do that. Well, that's super exciting. And so for me, I'm not going to sit here and be boring, except for the fact that my life seems really boring right now because all I've been doing is, it's my fault that we haven't been able to record because I have literally been working every day. This last Monday was a holiday and I did get that off, and I slept and I cleaned because the house has not been getting cleaned because I'm working 14 hours a day and every single day. So as soon as we're done with our podcast, I'm going to meet with my sisters about the wedding. And then right after that, I have to get back to work. So, yeah.
Emily needs a break.
I know. So next Friday is our anniversary. And my boss told me yesterday, you're taking at least half a day off on that day. And I was like, I agree. I just have to, I'm launching a brand new program, actually 2 brand new programs, Monday and Tuesday of this coming week. And there's just a whole lot of little loose ends that I just got to get stitched together, And
you will. So, it's just a matter of finagling it. You'll totally do it.
Yeah. And then of course, we're doing our, so every single day I have to create an email for my work because I'm doing a self-care challenge for my work. So I decided to do that for Little Cabin Knits too. So I not only write up the email for my coworkers, but I kind of tweak that email and it's not working out the greatest because I'm using that as my script for Little Cabin Knits.
Oh, sure.
And, you know, guys, I'm just going to say emails are not scripts.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
But I'm trying not to do double duty. And so I'm trying to just edit that as I'm reading it. And I stumble a lot of times. But at the same time, my friends, you guys know that my intentions are good. So every single day this month, Little Kevin Knits has an episode that comes out to try and prompt you around a self-care activity that you might do, with just the goal of, by the end of the month, you'll have 30 different ways. Some of them are, you know, true coping skills. Some of them are just little helpful tips. Anyway, so doing that.
Absolutely.
And then, yeah. And I haven't been checking to see if anybody's listening because I've just been so busy, but I'm just going to go with the fact that people will listen.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then this last week was super exciting because after 3 times of having to reschedule, we got our engagement photo shoot in. It was so fun. Like, we were so nervous. Actually, we were so nervous that day to the point that we had headaches and stomach aches because we just don't feel like we're photogenic. And so, yeah, so we were very nervous. And then we got there in our sweaters, and it was my old, well, technically she's my sister's good friend from when they were in elementary school.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So she is our photographer, Blueberry Photography, Sarah. Yep. And she has this amazing eye, like completely amazing. And she just made everything just so fun. We couldn't stop laughing. It was very cold. I'm glad that we didn't do it the first week in May, because here we are the first week in June and it was freezing. Yeah. And it was it was a very dramatic backdrop. Yeah.
But a good photographer is going to know those locations, know what to say to prompt you, to kind of make you, you know, laugh, giggle, you know, turn a little this way, and good. I'm glad it was fun, you know, because Yep. So we were down on this secret beach.
Nice. And which is not really a beach, it's just a whole bunch of rocks off. It's an Alaskan beach, you know. And it was raining, it was extremely windy. So I'm not thinking that our pictures are gonna, like, I don't look good with the wind blowing my hair back, and I don't want my double chin showing. And so I'm so nervous, and like, and my hair doesn't look as, you know, spunky when it's wet. And so
you just gotta trust her. I'm sure she was looking for something specific.
Yes, exactly. And then what actually really got us nervous, though, is because the tide was out, we'd spotted a couple little tiny fish that, you know, didn't go out with the tide. They just died or something. We had Watson off the leash, and we never saw him eat one of those fish. But yesterday, Watson was so sick, and we just were so scared. Like, he was shaking, and we were just, we were like, is he dying? Like, we were so scared. So we figured.
We had a friend who lost a dog to that. He ate a rotten fish carcass off the shoreline and got salmonella, and that was it was very sad.
Yeah, and we couldn't decide if we should take him into the vet. I mean, like, it was scary yesterday, but finally, you know, I was working the whole time. So either if I had to run a few errands for work, so I brought him with me, but that still made me nervous. And then Jeremy, when he was home, he just we just held him the whole day, and we had a nausea pill, and we gave him that. And don't worry, it's his prescribed pill.
For sure.
Yeah. But he started to get better after that. And today he's back to normal. And I'm just like, good. Thank goodness. Because I was almost as scared to go to sleep last night.
It's the same thing when you have kids.
Only worse, I imagine.
Oh, I don't know.
It's gotta be worse. I mean, because Watson's an animal. These are little humans with thinking brains. Yeah. So anyway, but all in all, sorry, I'm not yawning because we're boring. I'm yawning because I I've worked 82 hours or 82 hours this week, and I'm still not done, and I'm very tired. Yeah. Although it's nothing compared to some people I know.
Well,
but
sure.
For me, it's a lot. It's a lot of brain work too.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. Anyway, so that was my week.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love it.
So what else? I know.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Well, the only thing that I'll mention is yet again from Little Cabin Knits, we are doing a bunting knit along. And so stay tuned for Tossing Wool, because I have a prize that I received in the mail for that knit along. And but we'll talk about all of that in just a minute. Why don't we get it into what's on our needles?
Let's do it.
All right. I'm tossing the buck back to you, girl.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to think. I've got a lot on the needles this morning. So I'm participating in summer sock camp with Kay of Crazy Sock Lady, and that has been so much fun. And I finished my first pair in like 3 or 4 days, which was crazy, but I did. Oh, wow. And it was just fun. It was super fun. So awesome. All of that to say, socks, and more socks. I can start with this one in a little bag that I made up yesterday.
Oh, it's so awesome.
Isn't that cute?
Oh, that's a knife. Okay, I thought that was a fish right there, but it's like a
camping knife and hot dogs, and yeah, it's cute. So I had a friend of mine, we did a swap together, and she and I typically include fabric because she sews and I sew. So I thought, oh, I'm going to make myself a little camp bag. So I did.
That's so great. That's so great.
And in my camp bag, I am knitting from the Lemonade Shop. Whoop, right there.
Yeah. I love it.
This is the Charm Bomb colorway in this simple sock, which is an 80/20 superwash merino nylon.
Mm-hmm.
And I will show you, depending on how my colors show up here. It is.
Oh, I haven't seen this.
Oh, I cast this on last night.
Oh, that's why.
Oops. It fell on my needles. I don't know what to tell you. It's very much a periwinkle blue with like a lighter blue and purple in it. And I know purples don't show up.
Yeah, I think I see the specks a bit.
Yep. And then there's an overall neon speckle over the whole thing.
Right? No way. No way.
I know.
Oh.
So I did.
I wonder if the neon will glow in the dark.
Oh my God. Can they do that?
I think there is some yarn out there that glows in the dark. I wonder how that would feel to the hand. Anyway.
I have no idea, but that would be awesome. Blowing
out. That is so,
yep.
Darn, I wanted to see it up close.
Well, I'll put in a picture and you can insert it.
Okay, thank you.
Super cute color. So I'm just doing 64 stitches on a US size 1. And I just cast that on. I'm super excited.
That's so great. Do you have a pattern that you're going to do, or are you going to do your recipe?
Just a vanilla recipe.
Yeah.
So
what's the goal of sock camp? Like, are you trying to knit as many as you can, or what?
That's the beauty of it. You don't have to sign up. You literally knit a sock and you go to whichever cabin you used. For example, I would be in the Magic Loop cabin because I knit mine on a Magic Loop. I believe there is a DPN and then a wild card, which is something else. Let's say you do the Addy Flexi Flips or the, different kinds of needles. And you just go in and you post that you finished a project. So it's really, it's open. You could start now. There's no time set, go type of a thing. So yeah, we're just knitting socks for the summer,
I love it. And you love to knit socks. So.
Oh goodness, do I ever? So, okay, what should I do next? So I cast on something. And literally it is just the cast on, folks. That's all there is to it. KnitPicks has sent Emily and I some yarn. to kind of demo and give a review on. And so we are starting that this next coming week. I am choosing to do the Metropolis by Tanis Fiber Art.
That's going to look so gorgeous on you. You guys can't see. I'll put in the picture of the a color photo of the pattern here because it's so gorgeous.
And so it is a bulky weight, rolled collar, you know, right at the hip sweater. And I'm so excited about it. So I am, you know, I like pink. So I chose to do Wonderfluff. And so I'm using hot pink. Why not?
Yeah.
So this is KnitPicks Wonderfluff. It is a bulky weight yarn. It is 142 yards, 50 grams per ball. And for the size I'm knitting, I think I can do 6 balls and have a sweater.
And how many did you get? Because I forget.
I think I have 6, I think.
Oh, good. Oh,
it's
good.
Like 850 or something, 52 or something like that. So.
But that's crazy.
Right? That you could take 6 balls of yarn and make a sweater.
Yeah. 6 50-gram balls we want to add. So
fair.
Only 3 100-gram balls.
Fair.
Yeah.
Seriously. So the Wonderfluff, and forgive me, this is going to be described in my own terms and not the appropriate terms. It is a mesh casing where the fiber has been blown in to that casing, which creates that airy, fluffy beautifulness.
It's so unique and awesome.
It is like air in your hand. It is going to be very warm. You can just tell by it. It is not like a mohair where it has a scratchy feel to it at all.
You think next to Skin Soft, you won't have to wear an undershirt?
100%. 100%. Awesome. And I'm trying to see, what is the fiber makeup of this? It is 70% baby alpaca, 23% nylon, and 7% merino wool. So it is soft for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I wonder if the nylon is the casing then.
I would imagine so, because it's a higher nylon content than typical.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I literally cast on for the collar. The pattern calls for a size 11 to start with. And I am using some KnitPicks needles. And for those of you who don't know what KnitPicks is, this is, I have an interchangeable set from Knitter's Pride.
I didn't know you had the whole set.
I do have the whole set. Yes.
Lucky duck.
Theirs is a size 6 up to a size 11. So it's the larger size needles, which is great. Interchangeable kit. It's got the needle, different cable lengths with it. And they're hollow. And so they're super light. They are supposed to be ergonomically easier on your hands because of this shape, because they are square. I haven't used them in a long time, so I'm just trying them again on the new project, and I'm super excited to see how they work. I would say Knitter's Pride has the KnitPicks. I know that
Addie has something,
and KnitPicks,
but
has come out with a square needle.
Yes, but Addie's, their square ones, I think, are those the ones that have the little divots in it too? I'm probably getting, because Addie's been coming up with a lot of new designs lately.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. I don't know if those are square or not, but they have like the little notches on them. But,
yes, and I hear good things about that. We need to review those too. But sure. Yeah,
for sure. So I'm excited to feel the difference, to see, you know, I don't typically get wrist pain when I knit, which is crazy with the amount that I
was going to say, you don't?
I don't, but I do my best to consciously make an effort to stop, get up, put it down, do something, and come back. You know, whether it's just movement. I don't like to sit for a long time, so I could be in the kitchen making dinner and I'm watching a pot boil. And so I'll quick do that and then I'll set it down and then I'll do something else. I try to not sit for 9 hours, although sometimes I like doing that too.
I know, right? But you're okay. Like,
yeah, it's not good on my body. It's not good on anybody's body, really.
No, your butt starts to hurt.
Right? My legs fall asleep all the time.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so again, this is the Wonderfluff by KnitPicks. I am going to knit with it. I am very hopeful. I'm super excited for where I think this is going to go. And we will
you're doing
back.
Yeah, you're doing a dual or a double review right there.
Yes, we are not sponsored. Once again, we are not sponsored by Knitters Pride, but if they would like to send something, we would happily sponsor. We say something every week, right?
Yep. We honestly, we should have a adore it. Oh wait, no, because that's Stephanie's. That's her podcast. I mean, that's her Etsy shop. Right. But we should have a love section in here because we need
we gush. We like a lot of stuff. I know
we do. Yeah.
And then my other project on the needles is part of our next section. So I will wait on that.
Okay.
You go ahead and do what you've got on the needles, and then we'll do whips, and then we'll do our Crafter's Corner.
Okay. Well, not very much on the needles.
That's okay.
Literally, this is the first time I've picked up my sister-in-law's socks that is being knit out of
online.
I think this is online wool, but I was thinking this is not sport. This has got to be DK. So this is the muck boot socks that I'm designing.
Yes.
So
and this is the second sock, correct? Because you already have the first one done. Yeah.
Yes. So since we started the podcast, literally recording today, I have knit 3 rounds, and that's all I've knit on this since the last time it was shown on.
That's all right. That's okay.
But yes, but these I'm also knitting on US ones. Now it sounds a little difficult, right, to knit DK on US ones, but I'm finding it
bulletproof,
a breeze.
Guys, seriously.
Yes, I really do. And then don't forget that I'm adding in the mohair lace for the heel flap and toes and stuff.
Yeah, for reinforcement.
Yes. And then other than that, where did I put it? Oh, no, where did I put it? There it is. It's below my knees. Other than that, one of the things that I am knitting on from KnitPicks is the half and half triangle by Purls Soho. Now, Purls Soho, they're trying to really get out their certain yarn with that. Well, everybody's saying how cheap it is to get that yarn, and maybe that's so. But I think it's like $18 or $19 a skein for 100-gram skein.
That's really reasonable.
Yeah, but I was pricing it out for the large size half and half shawl, and it was more expensive than a sweater for me. I think it was 140 or 120. Maybe I was maybe I was putting too much in my cart. I don't know. I tend to like to cushion myself on all projects.
Right.
So I probably was doing that. But so when KnitPicks approached us to try out some yarn, I thought to myself, well, I am going to be knitting the alpaca for my mom's colorwork blanket, but I'd really like to give it a try to get a handle on it before then. So I asked them to go ahead and send me KnitPicks fingering weight alpaca. Now for the half and half shawl. Now I priced this out. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skeins of each.
Okay.
Of each color, and that still was going to be. I'm going to say this wrong now because it was a while ago that I priced it out, but I feel like it was going to be less than 60. I think so. Wow. About half of what it was going to be to go with Purls Soho. Now, I've never tried any of Purls Soho's yarn, and I would love to.
I haven't either, actually.
Yeah, but I hear great things, especially about this yarn. So, you guys. Go for it. One thing.
I think my mom got a kit from them at some point and used them. Yeah.
Well, and I like this. My half and half triangle is going to be a lot more drapey than theirs because I'm using 100% alpaca That their yarn has alpaca and linen and I think something else. I'm probably talking completely out of my butt here, people,
okay,
but
at least, I mean, it'll be a different look, which I think will be nice.
Yes. And it'll be so nice and warm. And so, okay, Emily, get to it. So I got 2 colors in their Alpaca Cloud fingering weight.
Nice.
So this one, I think this is so funny. So the pink is called Matthew.
Oh, no way.
And and the yellow, I mean, the blue, which I think is a more masculine color, is called Anna.
Oh my gosh, how cute is that? You know, I wonder if they're named after people of the family or at the company or something. They all picked a color. That's kind of cute.
I think that I would not be surprised. You know, I should ask them if somebody would like to come on our show from KnitPicks.
I'll tell you what, guys. I love me some good, expensive, hand-dyed indie yarn, but I grew up learning how to knit with KnitPicks yarn and still use it regularly to this day. When I teach at the library, I build kits from KnitPicks yarn, their needles. It is an all-around great company to support and to buy product from. And huge thank you to KnitPicks for sponsoring us and sending us the yarn. We are super excited to do this.
Yes, very excited. And so I would agree because I think, I mean, hello, I just knit my engagement sweater / wedding sweaters out of KnitPicks.
And they were stunning.
They're just so great. Oh, I can't wait to see the pictures. Anyway, so I could not handle it. I had to cast on using the pink first with the Matthew color. So I've literally just been, I think I got, I don't know, 10 rows
a couple
in.
rows,
Yeah.
How do you like the feel of it on the needles?
Oh, it's so nice. I've actually, you know, a few years ago, probably more like 10, I tried knitting with alpaca, and I think it was a lot thicker, and it wasn't fingering weight. My memory serves, it was either worsted or bulky. And when I was knitting with it, I just kept on feeling very itchy. And so I actually stopped. And I can't tell you, I feel like it was mittens that I was knitting. So far, now these are it's a very long row. Like I've got it all scrunched up on here. And this is some fingering weight. So 10 rows is actually quite a lot of knitting, believe it or not. I haven't felt itchy. I haven't felt like my tongue is scratchy. So, because for the longest time, I've thought that I'm allergic to alpaca.
Well, and alpaca has those guard hairs that you can find that can be itchy. I long time ago knit a worsted almost maybe Aran sweater in it wasn't 100% alpaca, but it was pretty darn close. And same thing, you get those just wiry, oh, what is that? What have you? But again, KnitPicks does such a good job when they mill and they spin. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. It's super nice. So.
And it's aptly named Alpaca Cloud. You literally feel like you're knitting a cloud here.
It looks pretty. So, I'm excited to see your progress.
And then lastly, I knit a swatch out of the other yarn that KnitPicks sent us, which is their brand new all-American wool high desert yarn.
Yes.
And this is in their sport weight, and they have other weights as well.
Right.
But okay, guys, let's watch this. Look at that spring.
It's so cool.
I'm trying to show you guys like the spring and the twist in this is just so gorgeous.
It's going to be one of those like all purpose, all function, all around, got to have it in the stash yarn, I think.
Yes. And this wool is all sourced from one farm or ranch in Oregon.
Yep.
And they've got a myriad of different colors. Now, we've just been talking about how KnitPicks is very affordable. So this actually breaks that mold a bit.
This is in their luxury yarn category. And they do. They have some that are different prices. But it is one of their luxury yarns that they carry.
Very much so. And so I was very excited when they asked me if I would like to, or we would like to try things out, because as soon as I saw that they had this, I wanted it, but it was out of my price range for right now anyway. Especially since I spent quite a lot of money on that wedding yarn. I was like,
But I think it really gives people the option, because there are people that like to purchase a higher quality of yarn or a different fiber makeup, and sometimes those fibers are higher priced because of how they're sourced, how they're processed, or what have you. So again, KnitPicks does a really good job of carrying all of that.
Yes, and since KnitPicks is based in Vancouver, Washington, which is just over the border, or the river, I should say, from Portland and Oregon, like all of this yarn is grown, processed, milled, spun within a 300-mile radius.
It's very cool.
Talk about low carbon footprint here.
For sure.
I'm just like, so I got so excited and I had to try this. So
it chose a good color too.
I know, right? It's kind of like, pinks and purples. What would Emily choose? I know. When you picked that one, I was like,
hold that up for a screenshot. We're so bad.
Yep. So I decided that I wanted to knit this one sweater that I've had in my what do we call it? My library. Yep. And I found it again because we've been doing our year-long work-along kind of a thing where so the first 3 months of the year we focused on our stash. The second 3 months of the year we've been focusing on our library, which is coming to an end, by the way.
Right.
The next 3 months that we're gonna change up things again starting in July.
So make sure you guys watch the Ravelry group for that.
Exactly. So I refound this sweater, and okay, so just so you guys know, this is not supposed to be pink, but my printer ran out of cyan. No, not cyan.
That's too
yellow.
Funny.
Yeah, it's actually a bright yellow sweater.
That's too funny. I'd have never known.
Yes, I mean, me neither. I think it looked gorgeous in that color, and so then, like, hello, won't it look gorgeous? Yes.
Well, and I was texting Emily this week because she said, what do you think about this pattern? I've had it for forever, yada, yada, yada. And I said, oh my gosh, that is one of those classic sweaters. The shape, the style, it's one of those, okay, got to have it in my wardrobe, going to look great on every figure. Yes. And she's like, okay, I'm doing it. I'm printing it out and that's it. I'm going for it. So I'm super excited to see how that knits up and the progress as we get going.
I agree with you. I have a lot of, I'm trying to hold this and not show. I have a lot of sweaters either finished or almost finished. That are pullovers. And I've only got the one, well, actually that's not true. I've got a couple cardigan-esque sweaters, but you guys have seen them. So most of them are boleros. I've only got one high waist length cardigan. So this really
classic.
And that's what I wanted. I wanted something that I could feel spunky and cute in, but at the same time professional, and wear it to like work conferences.
100% on that. I think you will be. And again, we've talked in the past about trying to increase our wardrobe with our knitwear. Yes, you picked a purple yarn, but what does purple go with? Purple goes with black, khaki, brown, navy, all of those solid colors you can pair that purple with. So again, think about ways that you can increase your wardrobe by pairing with those natural neutral colors, maybe for a skirt or pants or, whatever you have planned with that. I think it's going to be super pretty on you. I'm
so excited. Yes. So
yay.
We have to talk about the conundrum though of the gauge swatch, right? So Summer Festival is knit on US size 5. It's supposed to have 24 stitches over 4 inches, which works out to 6 stitches an inch.
And what did you come up with?
I got 4.5, and I love this fabric. I am not going to change this fabric.
Well, and again, you often say, I tend to pick the wrong size sweater or it doesn't fit one way or the other. So a yarn like this would be great for someone who is first time sweater knitting and may or may not understand gauge as well. It's going to have a little bit of give to it. You saw how Emily stretched that springiness. So it's going to be a very forgiving, I would say.
Yes.
In a sweater.
Well, and so I was so tired. I can't remember what night it was. Was that Wednesday or Tuesday of this week?
I didn't even know today was Saturday. So let's go with that.
Well, it was the night that you drank a caffeinated tea late at night and stayed up till 4 in the morning.
Okay, so that was the night before. That was the night before summer sock camp, you guys. Okay. Oftentimes I have a cup of herbal tea before I go to bed. I just do, whatever. It could be 95 degrees and that's what I do. I picked up the Harney and Sons hot cinnamon, which I love. But
yeah, that's delicious.
Dark black tea, put in 2 scoops. Oh my gosh, you guys, I was texting Emily my time at 4 in the morning and she's like, what are you doing? And I said, I don't know. I just cast on my summer socks and I don't know. It was crazy, you guys. Don't do that ever again.
I know, right? I was actually worried that you, because with my fibromyalgia, I sometimes get these insomnia episodes, and I was like, please don't tell me she's getting insomnia.
Oh my gosh.
I was so worried. But
it was awful.
It was a fluke, but it was, yes. So, okay, so we were texting because I was technically freaking out, let's just be honest, because the sweater size... Yes, the sweater size that I chose for this was going to be perfect because you want this sweater, you want to have about, I can't remember if she said I think it's 1 to 3 inches of negative ease, which measuring from your upper chest, not at your actual lower bust line here, right above the nipples, but you want to do upper chest. So I calculate that I needed to knit for size 6, but I have 1.5 stitches per inch, smaller gauge.
So
larger gauge.
So what did we come up with? Remind me.
So we searched, both of us searched on the internet for quite a while. We came up with goodknitkisses.com has a calculator.
I think it's called a gauge calculator.
Yes.
I remember. Yeah.
And it's super simple. I just plugged in my swatch numbers and it said, well, for your size, this is how many stitches you want to be looking for.
Yeah.
And
guys, go to that website. It was so incredibly easy. Both of us were shocked. Like, someone's already done the work for us. Seriously.
And I didn't believe it. Do you know that I actually put in my numbers like 4 or 5 times because I was like, that can't be right. That can't be right.
But mathematically, it was correct.
Yeah. So the reason why this is important, guys, is because when you think about it, 1.5 stitches per inch doesn't seem like much, but so I was going to knit for the 42-inch bust size. So think about that. That is an extra like almost 60 stitches additional, which would equal 60 divided by 4 would equal, okay, I can't divide by 4 all of a sudden. It would be about 20 more inches.
Easily. And that's
on my chest.
That's how you can so quickly go from excited knitter, I'm going to knit this sweater, to I cannot believe I wasted this much money, this much time, and I have something that is 900 times too big for me. And it's just not worth it, guys. Take the extra minutes, go to that website. We'll pop it up on the screen here. It was such a wealth of quick plug in the numbers knowledge. Well worth it. So kudos to them. They did a great job.
And I found another website that I will also link in here because this other website also, because I didn't believe it. So I also found another website. And this other one also has UK terms for people. So I'll put in both just in case. But it turns out I'm going to be knitting the smallest size on this sweater.
I'm excited to see, because oftentimes, again, we've talked about you have difficulty finding that right size with your gauge. And again, one more tool in your arsenal to be able to properly fit a knit sweater is just, it's invaluable, guys.
So I'm super excited, but also very nervous. So I haven't cast mine on, but it was this whole debacle, this whole week long of the gauge swatch thing. And if I wasn't such a stubborn Gus, because I just look at that,
it's beautiful, guys. It's
and
beautiful.
The drape is so great. I don't want to mess with it.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to mess with it. So that's what's on my needles. That was a long spiel.
That's okay. Do you have any FOs real quick while we're on it?
Yes, I have a whole bunch of bunting.
Yay!
Flags.
Cute.
I won't go through all of them, but I've got a bunch. But I will just say that after I
down goes the bunting.
I know, right? I've got fistfuls of bunting. 2 of these have been felted because I had so much bunting laid out when I picked them back up from blocking them. Obviously, these got stuck in the towels.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yep. And so, but I just want to say, so I'll just point out, so these are technically for my wedding, but I'm also just knitting whatever colors I like from my, now this is just one of many leftover bags that I have. This is what I actually pulled out for my granny stripe blanket. Yeah. But like I've been knitting up all of my, this is my colorway that I dyed up a long time ago. Another one of my colorways that I had a little extra of. Then
those are going to be so cute at your wedding. I can't wait.
Yep. That's another colorway of mine. So, and then so those were all fingering weight. I did one worsted weight, and cool. I'll just show you the difference on the sides. It's not very dramatic.
No, but I'll tell you what, you would never know the difference if you intersperse those when you put them up on the string.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. And so I'm not going to hold back. So
good for you.
I got a whole bunch done.
Yay.
And this each square takes me about 45 minutes. Mm-hmm. And
that's perfect. Because it's that thrill of a cast on and a finish in one day.
Yes. So this is what I've been doing especially while I've been in my conferences that are really long. Yes. And lastly, I'm not going to show you the correct side. I'm not even going to unfurl it. Okay. I will show you a sandwich view. So these are 2 of my colors that I got from M1 Yarns for my wedding. And I did.
Hi, Jamie.
Yes. Hi, baby. I did a test knit for monsterknits.
Yep.
I'm not going to go into it. I'll just say that this knit blew me away and challenged me in ways that I was not prepared for, but in such a positive way. Like I feel so empowered.
That's awesome.
And it's supposed to be all one solid color, but so there's that. And then I'll just show you, this is the wrong side of one little portion of it. But this,
a lot of lace work.
This is huge. And so when she publishes it, it should be in mid-June. Okay. I will give you the name of the pattern. I will show you my finished project pictures. I'm not even making a Ravelry page until she says. Yeah. But the reason I have 2 colors rather than just a solid like the pattern calls for is because I wanted some bunting flags out of the green. Yay. And this is all I have left.
That's awesome that you have just a smidge to do that with. Cool.
With 3 skeins. And I wouldn't even have this much left if I hadn't stopped. But,
wow. That's awesome.
So those are my FOs.
Awesome. I just have one FO this week, and I used, what yarn is this? Bliss by the Cozy Knitter.
Oh, yes. This is the one I sent you, right?
Yes. Wow. That is totally blown out. Anyway, the Cozy Knitter, her Bliss base, which is fingering weight, 80/20. And this is the Mimosa colorway. Mm-hmm. And these are the cute socks.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Now, I knit these for a friend of mine. She has a size 10 women's foot. And I was really concerned. I am typically a cuff down knitter. Not to say that I usually don't have a problem gauging yarn as far as how much it goes. Right. But I really wanted to make sure I had enough. And so I did toe up, and I did it true afterthought heel, which I used, of course, the Kirby Werby, cut in your afterthought heel, you know, don't go all the way down, graft those 2 stitches. Guys, it's life-changing. Like,
it still scares me, but
it should.
One day I'll try it.
You should do it on your next pair of socks. And so I used 2, I simultaneously knit them, but I didn't do them on 1 needle. I just had 2 sets going, and I used both ends of the ball. So if you look at like the yellow section, they're opposite direction.
They are, yes.
Which you can't really even tell that like this. I just used both ends of the ball.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you have so much left over.
Not that much, really. It looks
okay. It's just fluffy.
Yeah, it is fluffy. But you know, all these are good, and I'll put a plug in here for our 24 days of cheer at the holiday season time, where we do our mini skein swap. These are always good for mini skein swaps, guys. And in fact, we just closed and assigned partners for those of you who are participating in the Merry Everything and Happy Always mini skein swap. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are so excited that those swap partners have been in contact. They're already packaging their packages. Go on the Ravelry group, and you can find the hashtag for that. Follow along with what people are getting each day. It is a mini skein advent for the month of July. So midsummer, just something to do. So.
And we're going to have to be sending those out pretty fast.
Yes, that was my FO for the week. That's all I got, but we can go into our Crafter's Corner.
Yes, / tossing wool. Yes, please.
So this week's Crafter's Corner, we don't have somebody who is joining us today, but we are representing somebody today. Catherine, who is Hand-Dyed Yarns of Little Bishes Stitches, Bishes, which I think is a totally kitschy, cute name, and she named it after her. She named it after her kids. I mean, come on, it's super darling. So let me see if I can put this on here so you can.
I know, right?
Oh, you got a better one, or we can insert the graphics.
Yes,
she is in Germany,
Hamburg.
Yes, and originated in New York. Has an art degree and has fallen in love with the art of dyeing yarn. She does have a podcast on YouTube. It's not a regularly occurring podcast, but that's okay, guys. Everyone, you know, rolls at their own pace. Definitely check her out. She's super fun, she's just so out there and into stuff. I love it. But you guys will, without hesitation and question, you will see how art for her transpires to yarn. There is so much thought. There is depth of color. There is perspective in her yarns. I was blown away. Anyway, Emily and I were able to get some of her yarn. And here's a little, hopefully there's not too much gloss on that. This is just a cute little postcard that she sent. Yep. Just a few things. And
then my tea is still on it. I want to try it so bad, but the German on it.
The tea was so good.
Really? It's the German that's written on it. I don't want to ruin it.
I know. So I've been Instagramming back and forth with Catherine. Again, the sweetest gal, guys. She is so open to colors, and I can't even. So
I thought you cast yours on.
Oh, did I cast mine on? It was all I could do to not like blow it up. So I don't know how you guys have heard or whatnot. There's a lot of buzz right now amongst the knitting community about DK weight socks. Have you noticed that at all?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So there's a lot of patterns coming out for DK weight socks. A lot more yarn dyers are starting to carry DK weight socks. And so she sent me her, let me make sure I get this 100% correct. She sent me her soft sock DK, which is a 75% merino, 25% nylon, guys.
Wow.
So a true sock yarn
yes.
in a DK weight. That is not easy to find. And I am so excited. This is readily available in her shop, you guys. It will be very hard to pick one yarn.
How many yards comes in that skein?
It's 100 grams and it is 246 yards. And on a DK weight, I cast on the blueberry waffle pattern, which is for a standard size women's sock, it's 52 stitches on a US size 5. I cast this on yesterday, guys.
Wow.
Yesterday.
And the blueberry waffle sock is so fun.
Right? Oh my gosh. And you're going to laugh. I don't know where I got the stitch marker, but it's a waffle. It's a waffle. Why not? Guys, this is like plush slipper sock gorgeousness.
And the colors. Oh right? My gosh.
So I asked my husband, I said, do you think this is pink or purple? He said, it's Purnurple. I said, okay. Okay. And then again, you know, these beautiful like neon pink, neon yellow pops that are so really, guys, I mean, you look at it, there's really not pooling in it at all. Which on a sock with a gusset, a lot of times you get that pooling right in through here.
Right there, especially right there.
There's really not. So her dye technique, guys, it's off the charts.
Yeah.
It is.
Honey, can you leave the door open?
Catherine sent you some yarn too.
Yes, and I haven't had a chance to cut mine on, but
she's been Googling it.
I know. Would you do me a favor, the Cozy Knitter? Would you hold up your yarn again for that again? Because it's reminiscent, but totally different.
Yes,
of that.
And you can see this is just a solid, not a tonal. But look at the depth and tones. In that skein, you guys, and then on top of that is a layered speckle. She is so brilliant with these color matches, you guys.
So technically, this is a variegated speckled yarn.
Yeah.
That's how it will knit up. And it is her regular sock base, but which is called soft sock fingering. The colorway is Fahrenheit number 9, and it's 75% merino wool and 25% nylon with 400. Sorry, it's my glasses. 465 yards. In one skein,
guys. But it's beautiful.
So here's the thing. When it's 25% nylon, I oftentimes worry that it's going to start feeling rope-like.
Scratchy.
But this doesn't feel that way at all. It's so excited. Not even
you can see the bounce and just the springiness. And this is, again, DK weight, guys. Well, mine is DK. Yours is fingering.
Yeah, look at that hot pink. I'm sorry, the hot pink. It just blows me away.
Right?
I want this.
Okay, and for you who are so inclined, I hope this does not blow her shop like out of the water when we tell people this.
I know, right?
She is offering an advent calendar. She is offering in 3 different options. One option is just the traditional advent of 4 smaller skeins for advent. The other one is a mini skein advent, which I believe is 24 minis. And then a third option, which is the minis plus a large skein. You guys.
I don't know how to keep track of all that, but
I don't know. But if the color indicators of what she has in her shop or what I see on her feed on Instagram are anywhere reminiscent of the beauty that she's got in just what we've shown you today, that is going to be a killer advent, you guys. Killer advent.
Well, speaking of her minis, because here, this will give you a hint of her minis. Now, this is a prize that I am setting aside for the bunting KAL. Only for Little Cabin Knits. So in order to be entered in to win this prize, you have to knit bunting. And you have to use the hashtag, which all of a sudden I've forgotten the hashtag, so it's going to go across your screen right now. I'm going to get it totally wrong if I try. I don't want to confuse people. because it's only on Instagram.
Right. Please take the time to go to her shop, look at her yarns. I dare you to look and not buy. Let's just say that. I dare you.
Yellow. Yeah. Okay. So like you guys could see the yellow would be terrible on me, but I'm telling you, I want this yellow in like an all over sweater.
Right.
It would not look good. It would not look good. But that's how beautiful that is.
Yes.
Like, and then that blue. Look at that variegation in that blue.
Oh,
can you guys see it?
It's gorgeous.
Oh.
So this week we have a huge, huge thank you to Catherine, who, once again, guys, she is Little Bish's Stitches and it's littlebishsstitches.com is her website, which if you go to Instagram, same thing. She's got everything really nicely linked over there. I think her site is both in German and English. You just have to change that on the settings, which I thought, again, super user-friendly, super helpful. She ships all over the world. Guys, show her some love on this week's Crafters Corner because she is brilliant. An artist who dies on yarn. Yeah. It's awesome. So thank you, Catherine.
Yes. Thank you, Kat. It was, I'm so loving everything. Loving it. Yes.
All of the projects right now are super fun.
Yes, they really are.
Okay. So, I was super fortunate to be able to go to the first fiber festival in person
in the US
in a year and a half. I mean, I don't even know. So I felt super fortunate. It was probably the first one. I don't want to say in the United States, but it might have been.
I think it is technically.
Yeah. So I felt very comfortable. I chose to get vaccinated, so I was good to go. They did a really nice job. It was outside. It was actually,
and it was a gorgeous day.
Oh my gosh, was it gorgeous? Yeah. It was sunny and it was probably like 65, maybe 70. So it wasn't hot. It was super nice. I ran into the crazy sock lady.
Yes.
Super fun. And Kay is just as sweet in person as she is on her podcast, you guys. Super, super sweet. They had the alpacas were there, and for whatever reason, it's funny to me, but they dye the fiber on the animal. So they're like lime green and blue. I'm sure it's like a powder that washes out, but my girls thought they thought it was hilarious. Like they were peeps, you know, the little marshmallow peep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
oh my gosh.
I did very well to restrain myself. I am very blessed in the fact that I have a very nice stash of yarn at my house. I have some wonderful ladies in my Mother's Knit group who have loved on me for years and have given me some beautiful things in my stash, and I love them all. And
they did the same thing to me. So
they did. Oh my gosh. They're wonderful ladies. And maybe someday we'll get to join them in a group and put it all on air, because they are just, guys, they're the ladies I want to be when I'm older.
Yeah, I completely agree.
They are. Yeah. Anyhow, I did treat myself. I had some birthday money. And so, Mother's Day money, not birthday money. Good grief. And so I treated myself. The first skein I got was from Rock and String Creations. And actually, back in the day when I had my blog, Hot Pink Socks Reviews, before I changed my whole name and now Farmsteadknits, I actually get to review her yarns. And so I have known about Rock and String Fiber for a long time and have loved their yarn. And so personable, so sweet. She's just a gem, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I picked up, in the hopes of knitting summer socks, her 80-20 fingering weight. She does not have a name for this beauty.
It's so gorgeous.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, you know, you go to a festival thinking, let's get something I don't have in my stash. Mm-hmm. And this, you guys, like bright teal, magenta, and burnt orange on a natural speckled bait. Like, what?
Yeah.
There is her logo.
I'm literally dying to see how this, I'm not literally dying. Okay, guys. Okay. Not literally. It's the phrase.
Figuratively.
To see how this knits up.
I am so, and the saturation is unparalleled.
Especially in that green and is that, what do we call that, burgundy?
I'm going to call it a burgundy because it has a pink hue to it for sure. But Rock and String Creations, again, super sweet. She's just awesome. Everyone had like tents outside, canopy tents. You could go in, you could of course touch the yarn, smell the yarn. It was so well done this year, guys. It was super great. So I picked up that skein for some socks. And then I met Laura, who said I could talk about her on the podcast. So hi, Laura. You probably don't remember me at all, but that's okay. She is the owner of a yarn store in Kentucky, and I want to say Mount Sterling is where it's at, and it's called Native Twist.
Oh, I haven't heard of this one. Yeah.
She had Kentucky Sheep and Fiber. They do like a logoed poster every year, and I'm sure we can show that. She dyed a colorway on yarn to match this t-shirt poster thingamahoo. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is a DK, I believe this is her DK base. This is a 8515 superwash merino nylon. So I guess technically you could use this for socks if you wanted to, because it does have nylon in it. Hello. Right? A natural cream base. She used the like mustard yellow.
I was gonna say, would that be mustard? Okay.
I think probably like a mustard yellow, and then this gorgeous teal, and then the color was like a charcoal on the writing.
Yeah.
Guys, so cool. And it was one of those fiber festival, like, hey, I only have so many, and when they're gone, they're gone. I literally said to my husband, because my girls came with because of all the animals and the food cards and all that, I said, I'm going to run over here. I'll be right back. And I got my skein of yarn. I had it like this, like, you're not going to take it. I got it. It's in my arm. I don't know. I had to get it. So anyway, so again, super plump base, super excited. But one of those special things you do when you go to a fiber festival, right?
Yep. I mean, like that for us, this is the souvenir.
Oh, right? For sure. And she did such a good job, you guys. So again, that is Laura of Native Twist. Whoa. Maybe not.
Sort of right there. Yeah. Maybe. No.
Anyway, she was super great. Super fun.
Can we buy her yarn, like her hand-dyed yarn online? Or
I believe you can. She does have that option to go ahead and do that if you look her up. She's on Instagram regularly, so she had a cute little tiara in her post this morning. Made me laugh. So, but she was just a gem. One of those people. It's like that you're drawn to them. Yeah. Super sweet. So those were my treats to myself. Like I said, I feel like I did really well containing it to just the two. But when I go to fiber festivals, I go with intent, because if I don't, you know what happens. You can easily do some damage at a fiber festival if you're not careful. And again, I love the idea, and I think this is probably from when I was a little girl and my father instilled the instinct of, saving money and putting some for spending, and you had your little jars and you'd put it in each little thing.
Yeah.
I love the idea of saving up an amount and treating yourself and going and not feeling guilty about it. But hey, I've saved this amount and I'm going to go do that. It's fun.
I will say that I am doing that for my honeymoon. I am putting away $50 a paycheck. Not, in my head, I'm immediately thinking it's for yarn, but, I'm also just thinking like, this is going to be a fun trip.
Yeah.
I want us to be able to spend the money that we want, but within reason. And so I thought, okay, $50 a paycheck, that's $100 a month. Yeah. So that means we have spending money of about $600 by the time we leave.
And then it's allotted for, and you don't feel bad if you spend the whole thing.
Yep.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I do too. So, I am very much with you, but guys, like, Emily is not a good example of this as of the last couple months, but I'm back on the I wouldn't even call it a yarn diet train. No. I would just say
it's just an awareness. Yeah. Yes. It's just an awareness. And again, Emily and I are both very fortunate that we have some very nice yarns, whether it's been from people who have gifted to us, things that we've purchased. I still love the ability to treat a friend and take a stash yarn out of my stash and send it to someone just as a treat. I love being able to do that for people.
Yep. So. Or, you know, make them an absolutely to die for wedding shawl, which, by the way, so guys, right after this, I'm going over to my sister's house. I'm bringing my wedding dress and my shawl.
Yes.
And we're going to put it on. We're gonna try and figure out a hairstyle. We're also gonna see if we need to alter my extremely cheap. Remember, I got this wedding dress, which is not technically a wedding dress. For
you got it a while ago, yeah.
Yes, for $12 about 3 years ago,
and it's been gorgeous.
Technically, I bought it after I left my ex-husband, and I wasn't.
Well, we're not going to worry about that.
No, we're all good. We're all good, guys.
For sure.
But because I always lived in hope, and that hope is being realized.
And this is going to be beautiful once it's all put together with your veil piece and your gown. Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yep. So we're going to figure it all out. I'm so excited about that, but also nervous. So, because I haven't tried that dress on in 3 years, I think. Wait, I think I did try it on once to send you a picture, right?
I think you did. Maybe you had it on the hanger.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. So that'll be fun to see.
Yeah. Awesome. So, okay.
Cool. So, well, guys, thank you again, Crafters Corner, to Catherine Little Vicious Stitches. Super thankful for her. Send her some love. Go check her out. And as always, if you are a maker, dyer, pattern writer, crafter du jour, project maker, and you would like to be featured on Crafters Corner, whether in person or we feature it for you, just get in contact with us between knits and purls at gmail.com, and we'd be happy to feature you guys. And I think other than that,
we are closing things out. So remember, guys, that life happens
between knits and purls.